Welcome to an enlightening audio moment from the Wisdom Library. This topic is intuition. You either use it or you lose it. And actually, how to get even more of it into your life in order to help you. What is it exactly? And how can you really utilize it in your own life to make better decisions? In fact, you can use it to your complete advantage, or lose it by brushing it off as if it's not even important or as if it's simply your imagination. You don't want to do that. You don't want to discredit your intuition because it will actually cause it to diminish. Or perhaps you can take the necessary steps to get even more of it in your life instead, so that eventually you can become totally in tune with Source, with universal truth. To perhaps train to know about all there is to know someday. Imagine having the power to know anything and everything there is to know about everything you choose to know about. That's true power. And by the way, that is a possibility. That's very possible. It just takes a lot of training. And of course, this last part takes a tremendous amount of dedication and discipline, sacrifice, and work to reach that level. But at the very least, with basic trainings, you could start to know instinctively about things that directly impact your own life, so you don't get yourself into any kind of trouble or regrets by making the wrong decisions. That's why it's important to trust your gut, your instincts, when you're really in tune with universal truth. When your intuition is strong and you actually listen to it, a wrong decision is highly unlikely to occur for you. You simply know to trust your insights for your own greater good. Here's a simple definition of what intuition is. It's something that one knows or considers likely based on their own instinctive gut feelings about something, rather than based on using conscious reasoning. It's also something that can be improved upon so your intuition becomes even more accurate for better results. The stronger your intuition is that you've worked on and you've actually respected having it in your life, the more that it will grow. Intuition is that often talked about sixth sense, and it's usually the most important of all senses when it's highly tuned and perfected. I personally rely on this for anything and everything that I do in life. I don't go against my intuition for anything. And actually, the times I have in my life when I was a lot younger, it got me in trouble. So I don't do that anymore. Without intuition, even the most highly educated and supposedly intelligent people in the world can and will make horrendous mistakes for not listening to it. While the most simple-minded of all people, whom are simply trusting of their own source-given right and connection, they may automatically know intuitively in order to make the best decisions for themselves. That's how you want to be. An example of intuition is that gut feeling when speaking to someone, and you may feel that they're simply not telling you the truth. You just know it. And it has nothing to do with whatever logic or practicality they're using. You just know something is off and you don't want to trust them. Or you go into a restaurant and you just don't feel comfortable sitting in a particular spot. And it could be simply that somebody with negative or toxic emotions was sitting in that same spot before you and you just don't resonate with it, and it makes you feel really uncomfortable. And you actually should move from that spot and sit somewhere else that resonates better with you. That's your intuition telling you that you don't want to pick up that energy. Or something tells you to take another route to work. That could also be you're avoiding something if you took the same one. Sometimes people think that our intuition, when we hear this gut feeling or knowingness, that it's either a guardian angel or something that's protecting us from something. And at times it may be that, but most of the time it's just that our intuition, our God-given voice within us, is warning us or wants us to wake up and listen. It really is ourselves. So don't take the power away from you in thinking it's something externally wanting to save you. Sometimes it's actually yourself. So, acknowledge that and appreciate that you do have your own inner voice that can guide you at times. Other ways of intuition speaking to you can be when you immediately like someone when you meet them or don't like them. And if you like them, you could end up with a lifelong connection because you simply took the time out to get to know them. Through your feelings, intuition can let you know of all of the good things for you, and also what really doesn't resonate in your best interest. Thankfully, there is training that can be done in order to increase your own intuition. In fact, the more you know of the do's and don'ts regarding strengthening it, the better your intuition will be in order to make life-enhancing decisions for your greater good overall, and also for your loved ones. First of all, let me simplify it by using a play on words that I use to help train children to be more trusting of their own inner connection to Source. It also increases their confidence and hones their ability to focus. A child can do this, so you can too. It's that simple. Okay, so they remember it in the simple way of what their intuition actually means. Here's your play on words. In the word intuition is the word it, smack in the middle of it. The it part of intuition is the source power of all things, or God, or your creator. Whatever you feel comfortable calling it is what it is for you. The it is the ever-flowing and never-ending universal truth that wants to get through to you in order to help you prosper in all areas of your life. The only thing blocking a strong connection to it is actually you, with your own limiting beliefs and self-imposed sabotaging frequencies. So the it from intuition is Source, and you want to make sure to always be into it by making sure that you keep this connection always turned on. Get it? Into it, on. Then you add the letter I. Added in there is you. Into it, I, on is how it's spelled. Intuition. It works wonderfully with 5 to 7-year-olds who really understand how important it is to stay plugged in after this, to stay plugged into Source for all of their decisions in their life. This will be explained further in an upcoming children's book for children of all ages, actually, to keep them fully awakened and aware while learning to trust their Source-given power of intuition in all of their daily interactions. You can't go wrong when you stay plugged into Source. It's when you doubt it and ignore it that things go wrong. Now, how can you increase your intuition, you ask? It's actually easier than you might think. To simplify it, turn off a lot of the noise in your life and incorporate a lot more of the quiet in your life instead. There's a famous proverb that says, "Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God." To be still is to find that quiet and inner meditative state to nourish your connection to a higher power in order to turn it on. You can't go wrong when you do that. It never fails, and you want to keep that on. It will make it stronger. The more quiet time you find for yourself without distractions, even if just for 5 minutes per day, will be an improvement to increase your intuition. The more you start to actually know things, the more in the observer state that you will reside and become, while helping to clear your blockages of having your intuition fully function at its optimal. In addition, when you go to bed each night, simply say the following before falling asleep. And make sure to say it with focus and pure intention, okay? I now deepen my connection to my Creator and increase my intuition to be in sync with universal truth. So be it. Amen. Once again, I now deepen my connection to my Creator and increase my intuition to be in sync with universal truth. So be it. Amen. Don't let the power of this very simple command fool you. Know that your prayer has been answered and it will happen. Sometimes instantaneously for some, and taking several months for others. There's no right or wrong. Just keep at it as it will happen, promise. Then the following day, go about your day in the knowingness that your Creator and you are one. That you're in harmony for your own greater good on a daily basis. The more you nourish this relationship, the stronger your intuition will become. After all, Source knows all, and you can too, with enough practice and determination. Now, what can weaken your connection to Source and thereby adding to defy a strong intuition? All of the noise in the world and in your own head. That's what can actually weaken your intuition. Meaning things like television, radio, social consciousness, media brainwashing, drug use, the news, video games, one's personal addictions, and constant forms of outside entertainment purposely positioned to cause distractions and to overwhelm you with such external stimulus. Anything that distracts you away from your center should be in moderation, if not completely removed from your reality. Remember, be still and know that I am. Be still and know that you are. You've always been there as a fully intuitive being, potentially, just waiting to be discovered by you. You just haven't given yourself that much attention in these areas in order to help you grow into your optimal. There's a very powerful hidden message in there. Be still and know that I am. You just must have the desire to understand it, and it will happen for you. You'll understand it completely. Going within strengthens your intuition, while going outside of yourself for distractions may only cause it to weaken for you. If people gave as much interest and attention to themselves as they do to celebrities, the media, and politicians, or athletes, they would already have evolved into living their life of their dreams. But that's another topic for another time on intention, available in my other audio trainings. If you truly want to be a master of intuition, which is what we're covering here, it will happen for you by following these steps that I've already provided. It's a form of personal mastery. It doesn't have to get completely complicated. It really is very simple. We keep the steps very simple, and you just focus on that so that we don't complicate your brain with anything else, and watch what starts to happen. Once you've reached the ultimate connection to Source, so that you have access to all universal truth, your intuition becomes unencumbered, pure, raw, and nothing or no one will be able to trick you into believing an untruth in your life again, including the media. There's so much to cover on this topic, but it's much easier for you to just go out and start practicing the tools already provided in order to start to increase it. That's it. Just go do it. Talking about this topic isn't going to strengthen your intuition like going out and doing the work well in order to make it happen. The more you focus to increase it with that desire, the more that it will grow for you. After all, what you focus on will manifest no matter what it is. That is a universal law that must be abided by, and no one is outside of that law. So you're better off focusing on what you actually want in your life than what you don't want, as one or the other will happen for you. One or the other will happen. Remember that. So it's your choice. What you focus on will manifest. Focus on growing your intuition, and that will happen. So I'm sending you the warmest of wishes and many blessings on your journey towards optimizing your intuition. For personally, I am living proof that such a journey does exist, as I reap the most incredible and mind-blowing rewards for it. And you can also do the same for yourself. With love, integrity, and truth. Bye for now.